What if everything you believe about reality is an illusion? What if your déjà vu isn't a glitch in your mind, but a glitch in the universe itself? Scientists and ancient mystics agree on one mind-bending possibility. You may be caught in an endless time loop, reliving the same life over and over without knowing it. While your rational mind clings to solid reality, quantum physics has discovered something shocking. The universe behaves more like computer code than physical matter. Have you ever had a dream that came true? Or thought of someone moments before they called? These aren't coincidences. They're glimpses of the code behind our simulation. The greatest minds in physics made a discovery that shatters everything. Reality doesn't exist until it's observed. The universe literally waits for you to look before deciding what to be. While science tells us our choices are predetermined by physics, quantum mechanics reveals a stranger truth. Every decision you make creates infinite parallel universes, each with a different version of you. That car accident you narrowly avoided, in another universe, you didn't. But your consciousness may only follow the paths where you survive. This is quantum immortality. You simply cannot experience your own death. The holographic principle suggests our three-dimensional reality is actually projected from information stored on a two-dimensional surface. Like a cosmic hard drive, the universe isn't out there. It's information rendered into experience. Your thoughts aren't trapped in your skull. Quantum entanglement proves particles separated by galaxies remain instantly connected. What if our minds are the same, linked across time and space to a hidden quantum web? Have you ever made a choice that felt somehow predetermined? Your future self might literally be sending signals backward through time, guiding your decisions today. Physicists call this retrocausality, the future influencing the past. What if you could break free from the loop? Ancient practices like meditation might not just be relaxation techniques. They could be technologies to hack the quantum code of reality. Your consciousness might be the key to reshaping existence itself. You are not a passive observer trapped in time's current. Modern physics and ancient wisdom converge on one radical truth. Your consciousness actively shapes reality. You're not witnessing the universe. You're creating it with every thought. Are you ready to see beyond the veil? In the coming journey, we'll explore how to recognize the signs of the simulation, navigate multiple timelines, and potentially break free from predetermined patterns. The greatest mystery isn't the universe, it's you. Have you ever experienced déjà vu so powerful it felt like you were remembering the future? Scientists are discovering these aren't mental errors. They're moments when your consciousness slips between the cracks of time itself. While mainstream science sees time as linear, quantum physics reveals that past, present, and future exist simultaneously in an eternal now. Your life isn't a straight line. It's a magnificent tree with infinite branches, all existing at once. Your near-death experiences aren't lucky escapes. They're proof of quantum immortality. Each time you face death, your consciousness simply slides to a reality where you survived. But the memory of that brush with mortality remains, a whisper from another timeline. The world's leading physicists now believe our entire universe might be a holographic projection, 3D information rendered from data stored on the 2D boundary of space. Every object, person, and experience is ultimately information, not solid matter. Just as your DNA contains the code for your physical body, the universe itself appears to run on an underlying quantum code. And like any code, it can be hacked. The ancients called this magic. We're beginning to understand it as quantum manipulation. Throughout history, mystics achieved altered states through meditation or ritual. Modern science suggests they weren't escaping reality. They were accessing quantum fields, normally hidden from consciousness. Your attention literally shapes which quantum possibilities become real. Schrödinger's famous cat thought experiment demonstrates the bizarre nature of quantum reality. Until observed, the cat exists as both alive and dead simultaneously. The act of observation forces reality to choose. You're not just witnessing reality, your consciousness is creating it. The missing link between mind and matter is finally being revealed. When particles only become real through observation, consciousness cannot be separated from physical reality. Every thought literally contributes to the universe's continuous creation. Precognitive dreams, seeing events before they happen, have been documented throughout history. But are you seeing the future or remembering a previous cycle? If time is an illusion, then prophecy isn't supernatural. It's simply accessing information that already exists. The ancient concept of eternal recurrence, that all events repeat infinitely, finds surprising support in modern physics. If time is cyclical rather than linear, your déjà vu isn't coincidence, but recognition. Fragments of memory, bleeding through from previous cycles of existence. Free will and determinism aren't contradictory in quantum reality. Each choice creates new universes. Yet from a higher dimension, all choices already exist. Your decisions aren't predetermined. They're creating new branches of reality while simultaneously fulfilling a cosmic pattern. The simulation hypothesis suggests our universe might be an extraordinarily advanced computer program. The mathematical precision of reality's laws, the quantized nature of matter, and the limitations of light speed all resemble parameters in a sophisticated simulation. If we are in a simulation, then divine cheat codes might exist, ways to bend or break the rules of reality. Throughout history, reports of miraculous events may be instances where individuals accidentally or intentionally accessed these hidden variables in the code of existence. The universe's fundamental constants appear mysteriously fine-tuned for life. Change any of them slightly, and reality as we know it couldn't exist. Is this evidence of deliberate design? Or that our simulation was calibrated specifically to allow conscious observers. The bridge between ancient wisdom and quantum physics is meditation. EEG studies show meditation creates coherent brain states that might allow consciousness to interact with quantum fields more directly. This could be how mystics throughout history glimpsed truths that science is only now confirming. Your strongest déjà vu experiences might be moments where timelines intersect, points where different versions of reality briefly overlap. What if these aren't glitches, but gateways, opportunities to glimpse or even step into alternative versions of your life? Creative geniuses throughout history have described inspiration as coming from elsewhere, ideas arriving fully formed. Quantum consciousness suggests they might be literally receiving ideas from other universes where those concepts already exist, flowing through quantum connections between minds. Every choice you've ever made, from life-changing decisions to what you ate for breakfast, has created branch points in reality. But here's the quantum twist. All those other choices still exist, being lived out by versions of you in parallel universes. Your life is infinitely more vast than you realize. Linear time is humanity's most convincing illusion. Past and future are mental constructs. From a higher dimensional perspective, all moments exist simultaneously. This explains precognition, synchronicities, and the strange sense that everything is connected across time. The universe doesn't evolve. It simply is. The boundary between ordinary and non-ordinary states of consciousness may be where the code of reality becomes visible. Mystical experiences, near-death experiences, and profound meditation states all suggest moments when human awareness peers beyond the simulation's rendering limits. As above, so below, this ancient Hermetic principle finds validation in modern science. The mathematical patterns in your brain's neural networks mirror those of galactic superclusters. This perfect mathematical resonance suggests a unified code underlying all scales of existence. Reality, at its core, isn't matter, but information. Just as your DNA contains coded instructions for your body, quantum fields contain information patterns that manifest as physical reality. We don't live in a universe of things. We live in a universe of encoded relationships and patterns. What we call reality may be the default rendering of a much vaster existence. Through altered consciousness states, humans throughout history have reported accessing other planes of existence that feel equally or more real than ordinary reality. Are these hallucinations or glimpses of the multiverse? Your thoughts have creative power beyond metaphor. When quantum physics shows particles existing as probability waves until observed, it suggests consciousness itself is a creative force. By directing attention, you literally increase the probability of certain outcomes materializing from quantum possibilities. Emotions may be more than subjective experiences. They might be quantum field perturbations that directly affect physical reality. The ancient understanding that love transforms the world finds scientific grounding in how consciousness interacts with quantum probability fields. The ultimate mystery may be the perfect loop between mind and matter. Consciousness emerges from the universe, yet the universe only becomes real through consciousness. Neither is primary. They co-create each other in an eternal feedback loop that transcends linear causality. If time is cyclical rather than linear, what we call death may be simply a transition point in an eternal loop. The experience of living and reliving your life, each time with small variations, would explain déjà vu as memories bleeding through from previous cycles. The observer effect in quantum physics reveals that separation between observer and observed is illusion. Just as you cannot separate a wave from the ocean that forms it, consciousness cannot be fundamentally separated from the reality it perceives. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself. The sensation that this wasn't supposed to happen after unexpected events might be your consciousness recognizing it has shifted between parallel timelines, quantum jumping, moving your awareness between different versions of reality, could explain sudden life changes that feel like timeline glitches. Ancient cultures worldwide shared the symbol of Ouroboros, the serpent eating its tail, representing eternal cycles. Modern cosmology now suggests a similar pattern. Universes may birth from the collapse of previous universes, creating an endless sequence of deaths and rebirths on the cosmic scale. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics suggests that every possible outcome of every decision actually occurs, just in different branches of reality. Far from being a theoretical abstraction, this explains mysteries from quantum superposition to the fine-tuning of universal constants. What we call imagination might actually be consciousness exploring real, alternate realities. The difference between imagining something and experiencing it as real may simply be the intensity of consciousness focused on that particular reality tunnel. If we accept the simulation hypothesis, then consciousness itself might be a subroutine within the larger program, a way for the system to experience itself subjectively. Your sense of self isn't separate from the simulation, but an intentional feature designed to create unique points of awareness. The most profound scientific experiments are revealing cracks in reality's facade. At quantum scales, in black holes, and at near light speeds, our universal constants begin breaking down. These aren't failures of science, but glimpses of the edges of our simulation, where the code becomes visible. So how do we begin to see beyond the veil? The first step is recognizing the signs that reality isn't what it seems. Pay attention to synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that defy probability. These aren't random. They're moments when the underlying pattern of reality becomes briefly visible. Meditation isn't just for relaxation. It's a technology for perceiving quantum reality. As brainwaves slow from beta to alpha to theta states, consciousness begins operating at frequencies where quantum effects become accessible. This is why meditators throughout history report remarkably similar experiences of non-dual awareness. The boundary between worlds isn't as solid as we believe. In liminal states, the moments between sleeping and waking, during deep creative flow, or in profound stillness, the quantum nature of reality becomes more accessible. These are the times when inspiration, precognition, and reality shifting become possible. Information may be the fundamental building block of reality, not matter or energy. Just as a book, ebook, and audiobook contain identical information in different forms, consciousness might experience reality in different physical expressions, while the underlying information remains the same. Your attention is your most powerful creative tool. Quantum physics confirms that particles exist as probability waves until observed, suggesting that conscious attention literally collapses infinite possibilities into actual experience. By choosing where to focus, you're selecting which potential reality becomes your actual reality. Your beliefs are powerful reality filters. They determine which quantum possibilities you notice and which you filter out. This isn't metaphorical. Beliefs create neurological and perceptual frameworks that literally determine what portions of infinite reality you can experience. Change your beliefs, change your universe. We typically think choice creates a single future, but quantum physics suggests it may create multiple realities that all exist simultaneously. Your sense of having a single timeline may be simply consciousness following one path through the quantum multiverse, while other versions of you explore different outcomes. Memory isn't a recording, but a reconstruction that changes each time you access it. This isn't just a neural quirk. It may reflect the quantum nature of reality, where the past isn't fixed but fluid. Your memories might actually be windows into parallel realities or alternative timelines that your consciousness has experienced. The most powerful technology for navigating quantum reality may be love. When you experience genuine compassion or love, your consciousness generates coherent field patterns that have been measured affecting matter at a distance. This isn't mystical, but mathematical. Love creates harmony in quantum systems. The universe may be evolving toward ever greater consciousness and complexity. Your awareness now represents just one point on an infinite spectrum. By expanding your perception beyond ordinary reality, you're participating in the cosmos's journey toward greater self-awareness, perhaps the true purpose of existence. As you become aware of reality's quantum nature, you may experience more synchronicities, prophetic dreams, or moments where time seems to skip or loop. These aren't coincidences or mental errors. They're signs that your consciousness is beginning to perceive beyond the rendering limits of conventional reality. Throughout history, mystical practices were often dismissed as superstition. Today, we're discovering they may have been early technologies for manipulating quantum reality. The symbols, rituals, and mental states cultivated in ancient traditions show startling similarities to the mathematics and methods now being explored in quantum laboratories. The greatest secret may be that you are not trapped within reality. You are an expression of the consciousness that creates reality. Separation is the illusion. Unity is the truth. From this perspective, you are both the programmer and the program, the dreamer and the dream, limited only by what you can imagine. If time is an illusion and all moments exist simultaneously, then the present moment is the only point of power, the nexus where consciousness interfaces with infinite possibility. Through mindfulness and presence, you align with this quantum creative center, transcending the apparent limitations of linear time. As technology evolves toward quantum computing, we're creating systems that mirror the fundamental nature of consciousness itself. This convergence isn't coincidental. It may reveal that consciousness and information are fundamental aspects of reality, expressing through both biological and technological forms. You stand at the threshold of a profound choice: to remain within the comfortable limitations of consensus reality, or to venture beyond into the quantum unknown. Neither path is wrong. Both are expressions of infinite potential. The question isn't whether these deeper realities exist, but whether you're ready to experience them. The most valuable practice may be cultivating the ability to shift your perception, to see the solid world as fluid, quantum possibility, to recognize the past and future as accessible dimensions rather than fixed timelines. This perceptual flexibility is the true key to navigating the quantum multiverse. Perhaps the ultimate message from both ancient wisdom and quantum physics is that separation is the illusion. Your individual consciousness is a unique perspective within a unified field. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself from a particular vantage point, connected to all other points in ways beyond ordinary perception. As you awaken to these deeper truths, you begin to recognize your role as both creator and creation. The universe isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. Every thought, emotion, and choice ripples across quantum fields, contributing to the collective experience we call reality. What will you create with this extraordinary power?